and has dedicated her life to healing the world, love, joy, and the power of light. So without further ado, I introduce to you Harmony.
Thank you, darling. How y'all doing? They got me up here to close y'all out, so I just was like, let's just set this stage on fire, okay? So it's going, nobody got to get up here after me, so I'm just going to tear this home down, okay? So I want to first just give a shout out to all the poets that came before me, all the wonderful poets and the energy on the stage. Shout out to NIM Productions for having us. I want to give I want to dedicate this. I want to tell you this too. I know they said that the snapping, but okay, I'm going to make a lot of noise. Okay, so y'all can make a lot of noise. I'm going to talk to y'all. Y'all can talk back to me. And just let the spirit use you. Okay? So y'all got permission to turn up at the end on this part. Okay, so that part. Also want to dedicate this night to Nikki Giovanni as well. I want to dedicate this night to Victorious Khan Aziz. I want to dedicate this night to Rachel Frazier, to my king, to my parents, and to all my friends and family that came out here tonight. All right, y'all ready to get into it? I got a couple of pieces. Let's get into it. This first piece is for my sisters. My sisters. This piece is called Unbreakable. Okay? Whew. See my mom over here. I'm not going to look up on this side of the room at all. Okay? Because I got to keep focused. You're going to be my mama today. Okay? Because I hear it already. Like, all right. Okay. I need a break. I need somewhere to break. I need somewhere where my tears are safe, but not just safe felt. And not just felt covered. Where do super warrior hearts go to recover? I'm like a transformer without a garage. Can't even break down without espionage. It's like the whole world's watching to see if I can take it. A billion black iron spine women before me, and they're trying to see if they can break it. Break a chain of us being pretty under pressure, dodging insult and insecurity without going insane, sane, and I just want to release it. It's a shame what it cost me to put this ish down. Such a drain on my journey to get this wish found. Because they'll give you some peace for a kiss or some respect for a bag. But if you're demanding that real reconstruction, well, now you a drag. Nothing fun about she who holds up the world needing to be held. I mean, if everyone relies on she, why can't she rely on self? The irony of an iron me needing help. Who gives to the sea? Whose job is that? Or a mountain or the forest, who got their back? This phenomenon called woman, and don't let her be black. And don't let her need a rewire or a retire or her heart attack. And don't let her be heavier than the ish she dragged. And don't let her go reaching for a fallen man. Because them kids like bricks and his brokenness like quicksand. So thank you for that candle and that gift certificate to the spa. But I was really hoping that someone could remind me of Ra. I was hoping that someone could remind me of the sky. I just want to give life to life without having to die. So, hey, yo, son. You got some space on your chest for the universe. Not just for copping feels, but for healing hurt. Not just for chills and thrills, but for seeing her. Her being pressure allows her less space to breathe. They label her as strong, so she have less things to need. Her tears should be made of gorilla glue the way she holds things together. Pre-pyramid and BC, she's been power forever. Everything is glass around the unbreakable. Every day is an earthquake for the unshakable. But in the right place at the right time, I swear I'd shatter. If I was certain I'd be gathered. If all the hurt and work mattered. If even asked, what's the matter? To be a healer for the world and to be looked over. As hard as ice, but never colder. To be that person to the people with no person of your own. A garden to the starving with no seeds being sown. She needs a break. She needs space on her plate. It's about time that she's safe. For she is goodness's sake. Impulse. Now this one is for my babies. I gave birth to 3 boys and 2 girls. These are for my boys. This is for freedom, wisdom, and kingdom. Whoo! All right. They got our babies in graves and caves like their ancestors were slaves. They got our babies in graves and caves like their ancestors were slaves. Isn't it strange how they all are the same? How they all misbehave? It's like they copy and paste the blame. Or maybe they just copy and paste the shame. Who taught you to hate yourself? That was for their grandfathers. Who told you to erase yourself? Now that is what followed. Brown boys in big cities told to be college bound, then sticky trapped to street corners and offered rounds and pounds. If it wasn't so enraging, it'd be laughable. Their entire life an escape room full of trauma and survival that's unmatchable. Told in school that their ancestors want much more than them. Taught that their stories begin on this land, so they taught that their stories begin on this land, so they start to pretend that they own the land and that they should be feared and that they are the ones shifting the gears. Forget Santa Claus and fairy tale myths. Try growing old as a birthday wish or a 1 in a million predicament. Flooded with the history of bleeding and pleading. What are we not seeing but them reflecting a narrative of communities bleeding and pleading? Pleading for more time. Pleading to come home. Pleading for their minds and to just be left alone. Raise your voice to the stage if you got a baby in a cage.
That's right.
If you got a baby in a grave. If he got stuck on a trap that this wretched place paved. Raise it with the mother's rage. With your heart on fire like a cleansing sage. If you still waiting on your baby to come home.
Talk to the people.
For all of our babies that never made it home, we owe it to the stage to let it be known they didn't come from slaves. That's just where their broken hearts started. And their reality is not uncharted. Forget human beings. I gave birth to divine kings. I gave birth to divine kings, forced to live in a world that hates what that means. The hate in this place make them hate what they see. I feel the weight on their souls from them just trying to be. The first king I birthed, I called him freedom.
Talk to the people.
The first king I birthed, I called him freedom. Felt that when he was himself, the world didn't see him. So he raised hell until the world believed. Believed in his fight and his power and his force. He grew tired of being the main course. So eat or be eaten became his main choice. I whispered to his soul so that God's his main voice. The second king. The second king I birthed, I called him wisdom. If there was ever a brilliance that could break this system, could mentally undo structures, bend and twist them, told that he should be grateful for the graves and chains that missed him. But for the ones that fell, he can't stop missing them. Paralyzed by the vicarious bullets that hit him. Paralyzed by the vicarious beds that shift him. I craft prayers daily to lift him. But the nightmares that chase him, he hops clouds to forget them. My baby king, I named him Kingdom. Trying to be a king, but he ain't never seen one. I'm trying to hold on to his hope while he's still a believer. Keeping him safe in this city is like untying him from a track as a train approaches. Trying to tame his warrior spirit so that he stays sane and focused so that he makes it home. So he lives long enough to be grown. But oh, what I give for a world that he could freely roam, that he could safely explore and see more of his own, more getting and winning and seeing and free, more black and brown peace. A diamond underground is a diamond still. It's just greatly depending on how we drill. We can't let them be buried and their spirits killed. We can't let them be forgotten and their stories sealed. My kings, from greatness you came, and from greatness you will always be. And no matter what they do to you, your greatness I will always see. They got our babies in graves and caves, like their ancestors were slaves. They got our babies in graves and caves like their ancestors were just slaves. They got our babies in You made it do that one. You got some quick ones. Wow. Woo. Okay, this next one. This is for the black love and black love matters.
Come on now.
Come on now.
We ready.
There's a storm of pain that rains on our love. It's a storm of pain that didn't start with us. There's a sharp hail that floods black love. It's the type of storm that mixes plantation tears and big shit branding. It's the type of storm that parachutes don't land in. We've had to save each other so much, we've confused each other for the enemy. Wow. Can't at all live without each other, so we've morphed into frenemies. I mean, because every time we're drowning, it's your face I see. And every time I'm hurting, you're closest to me. So are you my problem or my remedy? The storm makes it hard to see. It's the storm that stops you till you feel unworthy of me. And a storm that drenches me so there's only my body we see. It's 1,000 years of storms that makes it hard to breathe. It's like we jumped the broom with boxing gloves. Mad that we had to jump a broom at all. Mad that you had to ignore midnight calls. I see in you what was taken. You see in me what they took. But fruit always falls when a tree is shook. It's the shaking that has me thinking about how come we've never fallen apart. I mean, these people got breaking and seasoning down to an art. And it's been a heavy love story from the start. And it's heavy still. And the road's been real. But so have you. You've been real strong and real present when the day is through. I mean, Martin patient and Malcolm gangster too. And after all the ruckus, I still fix your food. Hundreds of years of me changing the mood, shining your shoes and playing my guitar to your blues. Yeah. They say we have the saddest story, the most broken homes and the most missing glory. I say I've never stopped going with you and all the places we've been. They say that we don't get along, but I've never had a more constant friend. I've never known an era without the black man. And you've never known a reality without me the same. And there's something divine that happens when you have to grow together through pain. And because of our story, we'll never be the same for all the seasons we've exchanged. There's a storm of pain that rains on our love, but it beats down on an umbrella of us. Dancing beneath it, untouched, but ever mindful of. We've always been geared up, but the war has never been between us. Woo! Okay. If I get into my last one, I want y'all to share some love real quick before I get into this last one. Can I get the brothers first? All the brothers to tell the black woman, you're not my problem. There you go. I hear you. You're not my problem. You're my person. Okay, they trying to talk to the black women. I'm going to do it again, brother strong, right? You're not my problem. You're my person. Come on, black love in this space. All right, ladies, now we're going to be sexy with it, okay? We're going to say, let me fix my hair. We're going to say, babe. Y'all ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Babe, you not my problem. You not my problem. You my purpose. You my purpose. Trying to say we don't love each other. Listen, y'all. Okay. All right. Last one, and we'll get up out of here. Okay. Last one. That one was called "We Go Together," Caves and Graves, and then this last one is "I Wonder If Jesus Got a Homeboy." Okay. Let's go. Okay. I wonder if Jesus had a homeboy. Or was everybody just there for the wine and restore sight? Like, was there anyone there that was just making sure that he was all right? Like, after he walked on water or bore a cross, was there anyone that he could sit across? Anyone that would bring balance to what he lost? Have you ever had a friend with a unicorn horn and wings who could speak healing and see and hear things? When you invite that friend to dinner, like, what is the gist? Like, do you ever consider the weight of their gifts? or you're just eager for them to assist. Now, talents are strengthened in the usage, but spirit is worn in the usage. So do you try to give to it the same way you try to get to it? You do know that they can't lend through it until they've been through it. They say, check on your strong friends. I say just be a strong friend. You might can't move a mountain, but you can move an emotion and be someone on which they can depend. So who was Jesus tripping with? Who helped him forget? And then who helped him remember? And with all that he was doing, who helped him stay tender? They say to whom much is given, much is required. But does that not apply to the ones that you ride with? So have you ever tried to touch somebody that touched you? And I'm not talking grabbing as they walk through. I'm talking standing when they're going through. Bedside when they come into. Faith and kindness when there is no proof. So I know Jesus had followers and believers. But did he have prayers and seers over his crown and his fears? Or was everybody just like, Jesus got it? Them chosen ones, they don't need nobody. So I find myself wondering if Jesus had a hitter. Or was everybody around him just sinners and pretenders, getting close to his power but never close to him, soaking up all his hours like he worked for them? So who was his home skillet? The realist. The one who really loved him and he can feel it. And he didn't have to perform for them to reveal it. So when the whole world was like, what would Jesus do? What? Who woke up like, how is Jesus doing? When the world was adoring, who was pouring? When the crowds were applauding, who was calling? Who came to mind when he was beaten and falling? See, everybody wants a light fixture, but not everybody want to be a light fixer. And I hear them sing, oh, what a constant friend he is of mine. And I wonder how often they keep that constant friend in mind. Honor and respect his time. Brighten and protect his shine.
Come on now.
You preaching.
Come on now.
Brighten and protects his shine. See, when you get where you're going, there's only two types of friends you see. It's the best of them and the rest of them. Okay? It's the leavers and the keepers. So let's just be the best type of friends to the best type of people. And Paul. I just want to add, I know she's coming up on the mic, but I stream live every week on YouTube with a series called A Moment of Harmonie, Harmonie. That's how harmony is spelled. Please like and subscribe. That's how I keep my dreams alive. I'll be streaming live tomorrow morning. Thank y'all. I love y'all so much.